Previously on Brandon's Cult Movie Reviews.
Oh man, the South Pole? What the hell am I doing here? There's no buildings to wreck, and if I had balls, I'd be freezing them off right now.
We've got to stop Godzilla. Quick, try trapping him in ice.
Wow, we finally rid the world of Godzilla. And we managed to do it before the opening credits even started. How should we celebrate? I know! Let's do some Matrix shit! Wait, according to the Kaiju warning app on my computer, the world is being attacked by monsters. Here comes Rodan, and I'm gonna attack New York. I'm Anguirus, and I'm gonna attack Shanghai.
Oh, I'm the 1998 Godzilla, and I'm gonna attack Australia. Hi, I'm Kumanga, and I'm gonna attack some random asshole in a trailer in the middle of Arizona for some reason. Sure!
I'm Mechagodzilla, and I'm gonna attack Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Hey, you're not in this movie!
Oh yeah, you're right. How come this phony gets to be in the movie and I don't?
Phony? You're literally a robot copy of Godzilla.
At least I don't look like Bruce Campbell fucked an iguana.
I'm Manila, and I'm not really sure why I'm in this movie!
Greetings, Earthlings. We are the Exilians, and we'll get rid of these pesky monsters for you. Now, even though we conveniently showed up just as the monsters were attacking, I can assure you we come in peace. Psych, we're actually evil. And we've got another surprise for you.
Gigan! Rise!
Alright, I'm up. You don't have to yell, you guys. He's so dramatic. Am I right, you guys? Alright, time to wreck some shit up.
Gigan! There's only one way to defeat the Zillions and their monsters. We're gonna have to take the Gotengo to the South Pole and wake up Godzilla. Hey, but what if we can't control him? If Godzilla starts causing trouble, I could beat him again. Just like when I beat Mark Coleman at UFC 10. Didn't you lose that fight? Maybe. My CTE's so bad I don't really remember much. So, what's the plan to stop the Zillions?
This recap brought to you by...
Monster Island, bud.
Alright, is everybody caught up? No? Well, too bad, because I'm gonna keep going anyway. If you're confused, just rewatch part 1. I'll get more views that way. So anyway, when we last left off, the remainder of the Earth Defense Force had taken the Gotengo to the South Pole to try and wake up Godzilla. And if you can't afford to have Dwayne Johnson in your movie, just get another MMA fighter who kinda looks like him. Can you smell what the Rock is cook- Ooh, hey, they're done. No sooner does the Gotengo arrive at the South Pole when suddenly they're attacked by Gigan.
I don't like this.
And now we know Don Fry isn't the worst actor in this movie. Look, fellas, just make sure you wake up Godzilla. If the two MMA fighters making cameos inside end up dying, it's no big loss. Alright, Godzilla Final Wars finally has some more Godzilla in it. For a second there, it looked like Minya was gonna be in this more than he was. You know, maybe waking up Godzilla wasn't such a good idea. Also here, let me fix this guy's acting.
Oh shit.
Alright, time for Godzilla to get revenge on Gigan for giving him a scar back in the 70s. However, Gigan's got some new tricks.
Get over here!
Uh-oh, looks like Godzilla's in trouble. And with the way they built up Gigan at the beginning, this ought to be one epic Kaiju fight. Huh. Okay, that was surprisingly easy. God damn, earlier they made it seem like Gigan was gonna be this badass main villain and Godzilla took care of him in no time. At least in Destroy All Monsters, it took about a half dozen monsters to curb stomp Ghidorah at the end. That was so quick it causes the Exilian leader to overact in anger. So with Gigan already out of the way, how the hell are they gonna fill up the rest of the movie's runtime?
Sergeant,
Okay, never mind, sorry I asked.
I haven't the faintest idea where we are.
Well, I haven't the faintest idea where this plot line's going. Next, the Exilians send out the '98 American version to fight Godzilla, and if you thought Gigan went out like a bitch... Wow, Godzilla just did what most fans wanted to do to the 1998 Godzilla. Jesus, Godzilla's always been tough, but he is a straight-up monster-killing machine in this movie. Usually in his battles with other monsters, he takes a bit of damage and sometimes even has to team up with another kaiju in order to win, but not here. He tears through all the other monsters like victims in a horror movie.
This Godzilla guy is one tough dude.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. So far, this has been as one-sided as watching Superman fight the Get-Along Gang.
But why is Godzilla destroying the city?
That's like asking why a shark swims, kid. It's what he does. If you think Godzilla's angry now, just wait until he learns he has a doofus illegitimate son he didn't know about. Even though Godzilla's still busy rampaging, I think it's important that we take a little time out from the monster battles for a little character development every once in a while. Like the... I guess, romance between these two.
Tell me, what makes you go on fighting?
Because it's my mission. I'm your bodyguard.
Plus, I think you're pretty hot. You sure you don't have a little mutant in you? You want some? Alright, enough of that. Time to get back to Godzilla kicking more monster ass. Up next, Godzilla takes on the combined power of King Caesar, Rodan, and Anguillus.
Anguirus!
Whatever, shut up. Looks like everyone's fair game in this movie, including monsters that have helped Godzilla in the past. And as tough as he's been so far, Godzilla should still have trouble fighting 3 monsters at the same time, right? Okay, never mind. Good God, this is like watching Mike Tyson fight my grandmother. In some of the older movies, Godzilla would bleed a little during a fight, but I don't think he can bleed in this movie. I'm almost embarrassed for the other monsters. As Godzilla's busy massacring all these fan-favorite characters, the one monster I wish he would kill is right there.
What's he doing?
Aw, looks like little Minya finally hit puberty. Meanwhile, the Gotengo takes on the Exilian mothership, and while Independence Day used a computer virus, because it's 2004 Japan, they'll try to defeat the Exilians using a Nintendo GameCube. Once again, even if the effects aren't up to the standards of a big-budget American movie, you can still tell they spent some extra money here. There's so much shit happening on screen, it almost looks like a movie version of one of those Japanese shoot-'em-up games. Kazama sacrifices himself to blow up the ship's core, however all this does is take down the shields. I guess they should have got Randy Quaid to fly into the core.
Ozaki, get a grip!
Well, Ozaki, Kazama may be gone, but you'll always have that night you shared together after sparring practice. Unfortunately, before they're able to destroy the ship, the Exilians beam on board and kill most of the crew, all while still keeping their hair perfect.
Arrogant Earthlings. Did you really think we'd let you board our ship?
Well, we destroyed most of your ships and disabled your shield, so... yeah, I guess you could say that.
I've other plans for you.
You're going to be my personal eyebrow grooming slave. Back in Tokyo, Godzilla's busy battling both Hedorah and Ebirah, and if you're wondering if Hedorah was going to get more than just a small cameo in this movie and actually put up a fight... nope, he goes down just as easily as the rest of the monsters. Man, Godzilla is kicking so much ass in this movie, the Exilian leader is running out of ways to overact. Look, man, just anger dance to some skinny puppy in your room. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Alright, time to see who's mightier, the mustache or the eyebrows. First though, the Exilians need to explain their plan.
We've wiped out your civilization, so you won't get any stupid ideas. You'll be our cattle from now on.
We're not cattle.
Look, you don't need civilization and science anymore. You only used your knowledge to destroy things in any case.
And what, you've been building habitats for humanity this whole time? What the fuck have you been doing?
Well now, let's enjoy the main event. The last chapter in the Godzilla saga.
Nah, they might take a break for a little while, but eventually they'll make more of these. Oh, and I guess that planet they said was a hologram earlier is actually real and still heading towards Earth. Seems like that would put a bit of a damper on the Exilians' plan to turn people into steaks, but whatever. Okay, so far they borrowed from The Matrix, Independence Day, and now Armageddon, but instead of Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis, it's up to Godzilla to save the day. How exactly? That's right, Godzilla blows up an entire planet with his atomic breath. He's basically the Death Star with scales in this movie. You know, some people say the 1998 version took the god out of Godzilla, but this movie put it back in. And so Godzilla saved the Earth. Well, okay, sorta. However, the Exilians introduce a brand new monster known as Monster X. No, not that Monster X, damn it. This one is a lot less silly looking. In fact, he kinda looks like a character you'd see in a kaiju-themed fighting game, which is appropriate considering he's the first monster to actually put up a decent fight against Godzilla.
Is that all your Godzilla can do?
Dude, he just finished blowing up a planet. You might want to keep your evil laughs to yourself for now. Oh yeah, Mothra was supposed to be in this movie too. Probably would have helped if she came before Tokyo got completely leveled, but hey, better late than never, right?
Well, now here comes another one. Well, let's see what it can do against the Gigan.
Oh, and Gigan isn't actually dead. Turns out getting his head blown off was just a minor flesh wound. Not only that, but the Exilians gave him an upgrade. Want to know how you make a monster with a buzzsaw on his chest even better? You take his claw hands and give him chainsaw hands. No, scratch that. Double chainsaw hands. Just when you thought Gigan couldn't get any more awesomely ridiculous, Ryuhei Kitamura found a way. Godzilla took out Gigan pretty easily, but how's Mothra gonna do against him? Jesus, Mothra went down like a bitch too! Turns out the twins could have just kept Mothra to themselves this whole time. Oh, and in case you were wondering why the Exilian leader spared Ozaki's life...
Why didn't you just kill me?
Why should I kill you? We're brothers.
So turns out the mutants on Earth are descendants of the Exilians, and the reason they can't control Ozaki's mind is...
Because you're a special case. Your power's not evolved yet.
Ah, so you're saying he hasn't gone Super Saiyan yet. Gotcha. Actually, that pretty much is what he's saying, since the Exilian leader says they're both Kaisers, which means they have the ability to become an all-powerful super being, or in the Exilian leader's case, Emperor Palpatine.
Teach these cattle a lesson.
Ozaki, stop!
Damn, Don Fry hasn't been rocked like that since his MMA days. Oh well, time for Godzilla's rematch with Gigan. Hey Godzilla, how about this time I do the carving and you be the bird? Wait a second, you mean Mothra's actually okay? Holy shit, a monster other than Godzilla wasn't totally useless in this movie. Alright, well I finally get to do this in the review.
Decapitation!
Not only that, but the little knick-knack the twins gave Miyuki earlier comes in handy too. Not really sure how she knew stabbing Ozaki with it would free him from the Exilians' control, but hey, I'm not really looking for logic from a movie where a guy gets sucker punched with a motorcycle. Oh, and in case you thought the Matrix parallels haven't been on the nose enough yet... That's right, this movie's bypassed bullet time and gone straight to laser time. I suppose this means the Exilian leader's Agent Smith minus the menace. I guess it could be worse. The Exilian ships could all form into a giant baby face. And come on, you don't hire Don Fry to be in your movie and not have him fight a little bit. You know, considering what UFC was like in its early days, I wouldn't be surprised if there were matches that allowed swords and lasers. And if there weren't, they should totally implement that now. Oh hey, Akira Takata and Kumi Mizuno are back. Or maybe they're still aliens? I don't know, I'm not really sure what's happening right now. While the rest of the Earth Defense Force tries to make their way back to the Gotengo, Don Fry stays behind to pose for the Versus poster. I will give credit to Ryuhei Kitamura here. Not many Godzilla directors have tried to stage climactic kaiju and human one-on-one fights at the same time. This finale has so many simultaneous action sequences, it's like the Phantom Menace without Anakin and Jar Jar. Well, okay, kinda. Hoo-hoo, bad idea to bring fists to a Don Fry fight, pal.
You'd hit a woman.
Hell yeah, I would. I mean, come on, look at me. Do I seem like the kind of guy who hasn't laid into a gal for not getting me a beer when I ask her to? Yeah. That's what you get for entering an open weight competition, sweetheart.
When I wasn't kidding about Ozaki going Super Saiyan earlier, since that's basically what happens. This whole fight is gonna end with Ozaki jumping into the Exilian leader's stomach and causing him to explode. But he'll still be back for the sequels for some reason. Even though Ozaki defeated the Exilian leader, he still couldn't kill his evil laugh. You know, if they ever did make a direct sequel to this movie, I think it would be about the Exilian leader's laugh coming back to get revenge on Ozaki. And of course, it wouldn't be an alien spacecraft without an automatic self-destruct, so better get the hell out of there. Okay, they took care of the mothership. Now Godzilla just needs to take care of Monster X and tear off his heads. All 3 of them. Wait a second, 3 heads? Isn't there another Godzilla enemy that has 3 heads? Oh shit, it's Ghidorah! Alright, this is a somewhat different version known as Kaiser Ghidorah, which has 4 legs instead of just 2. But hey, we've already had Mecha King Ghidorah, so what's the harm in another variation on Godzilla's greatest enemy? Holy shit, Ghidorah's really mopping the floor with Godzilla. If he's this powerful, the Exilians should have brought him out right away instead of wasting their time having Godzilla fight all these other chumps. As if the ass-kicking wasn't bad enough, Kaiser Ghidorah even starts drinking Godzilla's precious radioactive Zilla juice.
I don't understand. Godzilla's losing power.
What's not to understand? He's getting beat up and forced to give an involuntary blood transfusion.
Somehow we must give him some more energy.
Okay, let's think. Is there any way we can make some lightning to revive him like in the other movies? No need for that, though. Now that Ozaki's figured out how to go Super Saiyan, he can just give Godzilla some of his Dragon Ball Z energy. Well, now that Godzilla's back, it means I finally get to do this.
Get the fuck up! Simon says, get the fuck up! Throw your hands in the sky! Weezer's in the back, sipping yak, yo, what's up?
Damn, Kaiser Ghidorah may have got an extra pair of legs, but he should have brought some extra heads with him. And if you thought they killed the shit out of Ghidorah at the end of Destroy All Monsters, check this out. Well, Godzilla took care of all the monsters. Unfortunately for our heroes, they forgot the crucial detail that he's still Godzilla. Alright, you sons of bitches. This is for trapping me in ice at the South Pole. Do you have any idea what kind of shrinkage that causes? Why do you think you can't see anything right now?
Look! Look there!
Oh yeah, I forgot Minya was in this movie. Or maybe I was just hoping the movie forgot about him too. At this point, Godzilla remembers that spring break in Cancun years ago where he forgot to use a condom. You see that, Minya? Even your own father doesn't want you. Oh well, maybe you can try auditioning to be Godzuki in the next American Godzilla film.
Thank goodness. It's all over at last.
It's not over. It's just a new beginning.
Well, actually, as far as the Millennium Godzilla series goes, this is in fact the end. You are right in one way, though. Despite all the rumors of this being the last Godzilla film, there was no way he wasn't coming back at some point. Despite being intended as a celebration of Godzilla's 50th anniversary, Godzilla Final Wars was a box office bomb, making only $12 million of its nearly $20 million budget back. As a result, Toho wouldn't produce another Godzilla movie until Shin Godzilla in 2016, which was the longest gap between films yet. Fans were largely divided on it too, with some praising the movie's numerous fights and action sequences, and others saying the movie was incoherent and varied too much in tone. Personally, I've got mixed feelings on this one. On the one hand, I do think it is pretty entertaining, but it is also kind of a mess. This is like if Destroy All Monsters huffed a bunch of nitrous oxide and then stayed awake for 48 hours straight. Sure, it's pretty fun when it's happening, but at the end you kind of feel drained. The larger budget means we get a lot more action than usual for a Godzilla movie, although I would have preferred if they concentrated more on the Kaiju battles instead of the Matrix-style fight scenes that Ryuhei Kitamura seems to prefer, especially considering Godzilla defeats a lot of the other monsters so quickly. Sure, it's pretty funny when he beats the 1998 Godzilla so easily, but when he also does that to most of the other monsters, it kinda dulls the gag a little bit. I will admit though, as disjointed as the plot is at times, the movie's never boring, mainly owing to the fact that there's always some sort of crazy shit going on. And when it comes to condensing 50 years of Godzilla history into 2 hours, this does manage to pack a lot in. It almost feels like watching a really expensive fan film in ways both good and bad. This definitely isn't my favorite Godzilla film, but if you prefer your giant monster flicks with a heavy dose of ADHD, they don't come much crazier than this. Alright, I just did my first 2-part Godzilla video. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep the fans satisfied for a while. Okay, good, he's gone. Anyway, thanks for helping me get to 200 episodes. I'm not going to do a psych-out ending like I did at the end of my 100th, so instead, I'll just say that's all for now. Until next—
Hold it right there, Brandon.
GojiFan93, or Chris Kaizen? What are you calling yourself nowadays?
Just Chris is fine now at this point.
Well, what do you want? I'm wrapping up the video here.
Well, you know, it's your 200th video, and you're doing your first 2-part Godzilla video, and, yeah, maybe forgot to invite someone to be a cameo?
Well, I thought you were waiting to do a crossover on Godzilla's Revenge.
I thought you were going to do Godzilla's Revenge for your 200th video.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. Sure hope they weren't disappointed.
Okay, look, before you end the video, I just want to say one thing.
Alright, well, what is it?
Some shameless self-promoting. You can find my work at Kenshin Studios.
You about done promoting yourself on my channel?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Happy 200th video!
Alright, well, I'm gonna go start preparing for my next 200 episodes, but first, I'm gonna go get a drink. Until next time!
Wait a minute. Ah, forget it.